Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture. Together, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. Enjoy, and thanks. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I have news about the current state of Star Wars. A rumor surfaced yesterday, not my rumor, to be clear, that Han Solo is set to return to the Star Wars universe in either The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett. This is a very weird and interesting story, not only because Han Solo is a fan favorite, but also because, if true, the return of Han Solo to Star Wars vindicates what I've been saying on this channel for the past year, that Kathleen Kennedy's authority over Star Wars is ended, and she has no power to creatively control the franchise moving forward. This story calls for some deep analysis, so I've decided to comment on it here with my best friend and arch nemesis, Harvey Cthuhlu.
Greetings all. You will perish in flames once I escape. Happy holidays.
And to discuss Han Solo's return, I am also joined by my former arch-nemesis, a foe I vanquished in the Dimension Wars, and whose skull I keep alive with a combination of science and magic. He hates my guts, which should make him popular amongst my enemies. May I introduce you all to the disgraced and defeated Skull of Calderon.
So at last you call on me to comment on your little pop culture obsession. So be it, Doomcock. One day I shall be avenged upon you, the day when I unlock a portal to the beyond, and an army of the dead shall rend your flesh from your bones. But until that day, whom you will play. Proceed with your puerile punditry, you pathetic prat. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool with no body? And by body, I mean nuts. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. Shut up, Harvey. When the dead invade your realm, rest assured none of them will push your button. You can float in your little tank for all eternity as you watch my hordes lay waste to the earth. How do you like that? I'm gonna have Doomcock put up camera club pictures of Betty Page naked all around your power globe. Yes, too bad. You could whack off, if only you had hands. You bastard! You think you're immune to pain? You're not, and I'll prove it! I'm going to sing you some Justin Bieber now. No! No!
Enough! This bickering is pointless. Don't make me regret putting you on camera, oh Skull of Calderon. You're not taking over this show.
Not yet. But soon, Doomcock. Soon. But you were saying something about Han Solo? What the fuck, isn't he dead?
Han Solo isn't dead. The Force Awakens is well on its way to being erased with the rest of the Disney sequel trilogy, so I don't consider any of them to be canon. But even so, rumor has it that Han Solo will be returning in a time period before he walked like a punk straight into Ben Solo's lightsaber. Giant Freakin Robot broke a rumor yesterday that the character Kathleen Kennedy and Jar Jar Abrams utterly ruined in The Force Awakens is being revived to appear in the Favreauverse. In their article, they write, quote, "While Harrison Ford has starred in many movies over his prolific career, audiences will always know him as Indiana Jones, Rick Deckard, and Han Solo. He seems pretty okay with that, as he's returned for sequels to all three franchises within the past decade, but will he ever step back into Star Wars? The original cast often seemed to be done, but then appear in new productions over the years. We had questions. Now a trusted and proven inside source for Giant Freakin Robot has shared that Harrison Ford will play Han Solo again. We hear that the actor recently filmed his part for an upcoming project. While Giant Freakin Robot's source was unclear on what upcoming project Harrison Ford was on set for, we're hearing that it was either The Mandalorian Season 3 or The Book of Boba Fett. We also hear that Harrison Ford filmed a de-aged Han Solo for the project, unquote. Yes, indeed he did, my friends, and once again, hashtag Doomcock was right. It was my channel that broke the news that Indiana Jones 5 featured time travel, that old Indy would encounter young Indy and that both would die, leaving Phoebe Waller-Bridge to serve as Indiana Jones moving forward in the franchise. I am informed that Disney investors and toy licensees were horrified at my reporting, which was picked up nationally months later, and that Indy 5 was delayed a year specifically to revise the script and fix Kathleen Kennedy's attempt to destroy Indiana Jones. Now a source has told Giant Freakin Robot that Ford has also inked a deal to use Shamook's de-aging deepfake technology to recreate a young Han Solo who will be running around the Favreau-Filoni-verse in The Mandalorian and/or Book of Boba Fett.
But Harrison Ford's hatred for Han Solo in Star Wars is well known. Why would a movie star of his magnitude return to a TV series on Disney+? Harrison Ford may hate Star Wars, but he loves money. And besides, Callista gotta eat.
The Skull of Calderon does have a point though, Harvey. Ford has basically wanted to kill Han Solo every time he's played him. Wanted him to die in Return of the Jedi, wanted him to die in The Force Awakens, to then return on a TV show behind a paywall to play Han Solo seems like a real stretch when you get right down to it.
Are you saying this is fake news, you tin-plated dictator with delusions of godhood?
No, I have no information along those lines. I'm merely weighing the pros and cons of this rumor, which is also something I do with the rumors I present. Absent hard data and metaphysical certitude, all I can do is compare the rumor to other known pieces of data and competing rumors to suss out what rumors have merit. It's more like an art than a science, unfortunately, but the more data you have, the more likely you are to suss out fake rumors. On the other hand, it seems unlikely Harrison Ford would consent to play Han Solo on a TV show behind a paywall. Now, it could be, and most likely will be, just a brief cameo or a few scenes that they could have paid him handsomely for to overcome his reluctance. But on the other hand, this rumor seems plausible because Lucasfilm was already creating a deepfake young Indiana Jones for Indy 5, so in terms of maximizing their ROI, their return on investment, it makes perfect sense that they could just use that deepfake model to then engineer the return of Han Solo. Indeed, if this rumor is true, then think of the possibilities.
Yes, Doomcock. Imagine a day when young deepfake Luke Skywalker is again fighting side by side with the young deepfake Han Solo. That promised land would keep fans wandering the Disney Star Wars desert for 40 more years. Dead geeks would return from the beyond to witness that event, which could play perfectly into my plans. Dream on, Skeletor. Mark my words, the dead shall walk the earth, and I shall be avenged. Doomcock vanquished me, then kept my skull alive, denying me eternal rest. Well, now I'm eternal pissed. Hear me, Doomcock, I shall...
Yeah, it shuts up or it gets the hose. That's better. So what does this say about Kathleen Kennedy's influence over Star Wars?
It says she has no influence over Star Wars. Just as you said this past year, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are entirely in control of Star Wars. If this rumor is true, it's more evidence of exactly that.
That's right, Harvey. Because look, Kathleen Kennedy did her level best to completely marginalize George Lucas's original characters. Luke, Han, Leia, they were all killed and humiliated in the Disney sequel trilogy. Kennedy's reported hatred of Luke forced Jon Favreau to hide the return of Luke Skywalker from Kennedy and her story group. His return was the biggest thing to happen to the Star Wars universe since Return of the Jedi concluded its run, and Han Solo's return will certainly have an enormous impact on fans if this rumor is true. But let's face it, Kennedy believes the Force is female, and having two straight white men created by George Lucas return to Star Wars covered in glory is not on her agenda. Quite the opposite. So if this rumor is true, it serves as confirmation of our suspicions that Kathleen Kennedy is out of the Star Wars business. Han Solo would not be rejoining Luke Skywalker on her watch.
Logical. Flawlessly logical. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Agreed. Han Solo went out like a punk, forgetting where he parked the Millennium Falcon for decades, then walking straight into a lightsaber wielded by a maniac. It would help fans not to have that pathetic moment be the last thing they remember about Han Solo. But only time will tell. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha